Sorry. But when it gets to work in business, like I'm all for talking to people all the time. Or sometimes when it gets to my job, like I just be like, oh, I'll be like have a conversation, like people come up to me and everything. I think like when I was working at a casino, whatever it is, like people will come to me and I'll have a good conversation with them, whatever. That's what made me happy, no matter how bad my day was or my personal life was, whatever it is. I go work, people, sometimes they can feel they're like, you all right, whatever, but they'll sit there and tell their stories, a little happy story, like, okay, I'll make you feel better. Like, let me just, you know what I mean? So it's like, that's why work always been like probably my biggest outlet sometimes when it gets to when I have issues. I'm like, oh, I'm ready to go back to work. You know what I mean? Because, and I'm always having a smile on my face, And it's like when you go through stuff, you still have to put the smile on and do what you got to do. You know what I mean? And that's why that was the whole point of me taking a break, because I needed a break from a lot of shit. I really, excuse my language, a lot of stuff. And to realize and get an idea, because now I can, even though I'm crying, was crying, but I can breathe now. Like, I have an understanding of things now. Even though we were like, you should have been to that, it should have been, but at the same time, when you're working and you're working two jobs and you trying to do a lot of stuff and you just like, it's a lot going on. You feel like a damn robot. You're not really taking time to really, recharge your body, your brain. You're just up and running all the time, and I was always up and running all the time, whatever. And I was not really taking the time to really get really in tune with myself, not really taking the time to even feel or cry or anything. You know what I mean? And then the times I probably was crying, then work, and it's a lot that goes on with driving, when you're driving all the time or whatever, and you're like always you're just on the go all the time. You're not having any type of personal like time for yourself. You really, I tell people, like, it's always good to take that mental time for yourself so you can have a better understanding about everything. You know what I mean? You'll have a better mind state. You'll have a better way of dealing with things, a lot better. Seeing everything, whatever it is, because when your body keep moving, your mind keep moving. Like, money can't replace your mental health. Money can't replace it. When you leave out of here, whatever, them nice cars or whatever it is, how it's not going with you. Nothing everything we have, it's not ours. You know what I mean? Like, it's not, we can't take it with us. We don't own it. Even when you say you own a house, you're still paying something for it. You're still paying some type of tax, property tax. You're still paying something. This stuff is not ours. You know what I mean? So it's like, I started really taking initiative of really taking the time and a lot of time myself, because I was dealing with stuff for so many years. I didn't know how to really be or understand how to be happy anymore. You know what I mean? I didn't know how to handle things or anything. I didn't know how to do a lot because I was always ripping and running. All I knew was work and, studying. The full-time study I'm now doing is, what I mean? But all I knew was just basically work, cooking, cleaning. I'm always moving all the time. And it was never a point in time that I actually really got really in tune with myself. You know what I mean? Or I got to have to do my hair and everything. And I barely even did my hair, or I was looking like anything going to work. Like, I ain't really give a crap. It was just life because, number one, I take care of myself. You know what I mean? It's easy to, do the opposite and have people pay. And and what I mean by that, of doing the opposite, people do things to make fast money and stuff like that. That's easy for them to do, right? But it's still a mental thing. You still have to look in the mirror every single day and be like, whether you're a dancer, whatever it is. And I'm pretty sure that's why I don't judge nobody, dancers, whatever it is. Even though right now it's so many opportunities that you have the power to change that and everything. I don't I don't uh I don't judge people financial, how they make their financial situations, but at the same time, before the recession happened, I tell when people was getting these fat checks and all types of stuff and or whatever it is, they wasn't thinking of the long run of what's going on in this world at all. Like they would just whatever, you know what I mean? So it's like you really have to take initiative what's going on in this world with people. Take really good care of yourself and take good care of your mental health is definitely really important to do that. And if you don't, you're going to crash, you're going to break down, and it's nothing wrong crying it out, it's nothing wrong of you really have to do it. You can't keep saying but and I get it when you have kids, I get it when you don't have no type of support, there's no break, you know what I mean, you know. But even as going to a store or something, I don't know, you know, but some type of mental thing to yourself, you know what I mean. A person, you don't have to always have to be with a person in order to mentally get your own self together. You have God, you know what I mean. You have God, and um, you know, you just you have is very important. I had to learn that of taking a break and try to take some time to myself and get more into myself, be aware more about myself, you know what I mean, and being aware what's around me, what I have been dealing with around me or with me for so long, and I just plain old ignore it, or I'm just lashing out because I don't know how to deal with it or whatever it is. And you know, and that all comes with maturity, you know, it definitely does. So um and tomorrow I'm happy because I'm going to go see my elder tomorrow. Well, I call him my grandpa, so he lives in Delaware Castle. I'm happy to see him though. You know what I mean? I'm thinking about going back to Delaware Castle, child. But you know, is I'm healing and I'm going. I'm dealing with it, and I think I was scared of dealing with things. I was scared of knowing the reality of things, certain things, when it gets to me or whatever around me. Just scared of it. I believe that no matter how bad it is, I'm gonna force this shit to work and all this other stuff and that and all. You know, you can't do it. You can't. You can't do it. You can't force a relationship with family, anybody. You can't. You know what I mean? Like, it might hurt because you don't feel like you feel as though you don't want to be alone, and you was used to be around that person, or anything. You can't force it, and you have to embrace a lot of things with yourself, within yourself, definitely. You know what I mean? And you still have people out there that still loves you. They don't, God loves you. That's all that matters. You know what I mean? And and when you by yourself, this is always the time to be in tune and figure out the next move or whatever it is, or whatever makes you happy, or whatever you as far as your career wise, or you know what I mean, or doing what you want to do in the long run, or whatever, or studying something, reading a book, whatever you normally don't do, or you have said that you been trying to do it. You know what I mean? I would definitely do it or whatever, but I'm happy, and no, I ain't gonna say I am happy, but you know, I'm willing to know. But I appreciate you guys. You know, I know I don't get that many views. Well, I do a little bit, but I make these videos not to make money off of YouTube or anything like that, or whatever it is, but I make these not just for myself, but if anybody going through what they're going through when they, you know, as far as not really having family or nobody there or whatever, how to really, even when you're young, to be going through the process of healing, going through the process of an everyday basis or whatever, because we all, regardless we have kids or not, or don't have kids or whatever, still human beings, still go through things on an everyday basis, you know what I mean? So and try to remind people of your mental health, taking good care of that, of your mental health is very, very, very important to do that. It took me a while to do it, and at this point I'd be giving people that advice, like, listen, you know what I mean, like, I'm all about that, you know, do what makes you happy and just do what you gotta do, you know, and things don't happen overnight. It takes a while, a long time to make those steps, and nobody can tell you to hurry up or judge you for even taking your time. You make that step when you want to. All right, God bless.